Should we have ever doubted that Jameis Winston would be the starter?
Not at all, Molly, and I'm glad to start this show that you addressed it, Jameis Winston, as famous Jameis, because that's exactly how he looked last night. Now to you, Max, and you know I've been waiting on this all night. Listen, if I tell you a pigeon can pull a Mack truck, don't ask me no questions. You just hook that bad boy up, Max. I told you, famous Jameis is the best quarterback for this team, and we seen that last night. I love the rhythm that he was in. He started out, first completion, 10-yard slant to Marquez Callaway, right? Then he hits a 10-yard out on third down to his tight end. Then he throws a swing pass to his running back. Then, not only that, he deciphered coverage last night. You look at his first touchdown. I'll tell you the route combination. You have a deep over route by the receiver that's opposite side of Marquez Callaway, right? So that safety that's playing quarters coverage on that opposite side, if he cuts that over route, now you have the post wide open. Jameis Winston threw a perfect pass. Then you look at the play, the touchdown, the second time, cover zero. What did he do? He deciphered it. You have a cut split by Marquez Callaway. What does that leave you? Nothing but space to work that fade route, work that go. We call it a spray fade. Touchdown, Jameis Winston. Terrific catch by Marquez Callaway, but
Great
perfect
catch.
throw by Jameis Winston. Max, you should have never, ever doubted Jameis Winston.
Well, that's funny that you say that because he required that kind of performance to lock up the job. Remember, Sean Payton said that before the third preseason game, he's going to make his pick, right?
Yeah.
And it came down to, against a running back, wide out, hybrid, wildcat type quarterback, the number one overall draft pick, the former national champion, the former Heisman Trophy winner, a guy who led the league in passing yards. It took a full season backing up Drew Brees, plus game 2 of the preseason where he had to be virtually perfect, even the one incompletion. I know, like, it was like, go ahead. I know you want to talk about that.
I do. It was a third down, right? And the reason why they was in third and long was because they got 2 false start penalties, right? And what I love about Jameis, he was looking at it now. He wanted to rifle that thing downfield.
He wanted to take a chance.
But Sean Payton and Drew Brees was in his ear basically saying, don't do it, Jameis.
Jameis showed up on his shoulder saying, try it, Jameis, try it.
Don't revert back.
And Drew Brees showed up over here. Be careful.
But that's one of the things that Sean Payton is talking about. That's one of the things that that Jameis Winston is talking about that he learned under Drew Brees.
But
right?
Harry,
Live to play another down.
It took even the one incompletion actually was kind of perfect.
Yeah.
It took a perfect performance by Jameis at the last moment he could to lock up the job in order to lock up the job over Taysom Hill. And you have to also include in that Taysom Hill comes in. He's not playing with the ones. He's playing with the 2s and the 3s. And he has value outside of the quarterback position. Like, if Jameis can't play quarterback for you, he's good for nothing for you. He's just an insurance policy. If Taysom Hill can't
that's most quarterbacks in the NFL.
But not Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill can help you in a variety of ways. And so Jameis has the advantage going in, and it still took this long.
What is Taysom Hill great at? Tell me what Taysom Hill is great at.
He's very good at a lot of things.
Very good. Yeah. Tell me what he is great at, Max. Don't tell me what he's good at.
What is Jameis Winston great at?
Throwing the football downfield.
He's great at it?
We just seen it last night.
He's great at it?
We just seen it last night.
He can air it out.
But let me tell you this, Max, right? It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
Hey.
You know why I say that? You want to know why I say that?
Taysom Hill finished well, too, compared to the way he started.
Let me tell you why I say that, because you brought out Jameis Winston before he got to the Saints.
Yeah, sure.
You want to know who else didn't start their career off very well?
Tannehill.
Peyton Manning.
Well,
oh, no. It doesn't matter. I gotta bring it up. They both 2 former number 1 overall draft picks, right?
Yeah.
So let me drop the numbers to you. Now, Peyton Manning, his first 5 years in the league, threw for over 20,000 yards, 138 touchdowns, 100 interceptions, completion percentage 62, quarterback rating 85.9. What was Jameis Winston? Over 19,000 yards, 121 touchdowns, 88 interceptions, completion percentage 61.6. QB rating is better, 87.4. It's not about how you start, Max.
Harry, that's
sometimes
completely out of context. I understand that's totally out of context.
Sometimes you go through adversity. It's how you come back from it. Jameis Winston went through adversity. He sat behind Drew Brees.
Peyton Manning didn't lose his starting job 5 years into his career. And those numbers that you just cited, it is so much more of a passing league when quarterbacks are expected to do so much more early in their career. That's really not an apples to apples.
So Peyton Manning didn't pass the football, and Peyton Manning had a better arsenal to work with.
That's not an apples to apples. Peyton Manning, by the time he was at this point in Jameis Winston's career, there was never a quarterback controversy during camp.
My grandma always told me this, Max. Numbers don't lie. People do.
actually, numbers can be taken out of context and people can use them to lie.
But not in this
actually,
instance.
yes, in this instance.
But not in this instance.
There's no equivalency between Jameis Winston.
Not in this
and
instance.
Manning.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know Jameis Winston's not
I
going to be a great
follow both their
quarterback?
careers. But the point is this. Did Jameis Winston lock up the job yesterday? I think he did.
Yes.
I think
100%.
the
Yes.
NFL is supposed to be a meritocracy. I didn't know who should start. I watched last night. The answer is Jameis Winston based on that performance.
Finally, Max,
but
you
wait a minute.
see it that way.
But wait a minute. Finally, Sean Payton sees it that way. It took that piece of evidence to lock up the job at the 11th hour for Jameis Winston. Let's not act like this was locked up from the beginning. It wasn't. He had to do it.
And
That's
he did
the
it.
point.
But
So
Max,
it
you should
appears.
have never doubted him in the first place.
You should never compare him to Peyton Manning.
How do you know? How do you know what Jameis Winston is going to be down the line? You didn't know Peyton Manning was going to be that after he started so terribly, especially in 28 interceptions in his first season.
I'm confident in saying Jameis will never be Peyton Manning, but time.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to be Peyton Manning. I'm just comparing numbers, right? It's not about how you start, Max. It's about how you finish. Jameis Winston has another opportunity now. So
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.